Hello, everyone. Welcome to Andy's Life Lessons, Episode 1. I know I did Episode 0 as kind of a prequel, um, and it just seems like this is a little misleading to me because I'm calling it Life Lessons, but yet I'm doing a blog, and those two don't necessarily, go together. But it is what it is. I'm gonna this whole series. I'm gonna be doing a bunch of stuff. I'm gonna be doing, comedy. Um, Maybe some. What do you call it? Maybe a debate with someone. You know, politics, current events, etc. And news events. I'm gonna be talking about a lot of stuff that's going on with the news. Current events, my view on it, my take on it. So, forgive me for the misleading title, Andy's Life Lessons. Not really life lessons, but it is what it is. Okay. Start off. And I know this happened, it's the 15th of January. I know this happened a couple days ago, but North Korea setting off a hydrogen bomb. I don't believe it. What they did is in China, they had a seismograph, to measure earthquakes, and it registered a 5.1. All right. When North Korea, some 10 years ago, or 10 or 15 years ago, set off their first nuclear bomb, it registered the same. Hydrogen bomb is supposed to be like triple to quadruple the power. All right, why are we getting the same seismograph reading? I don't think that it was. If it was a hydrogen bomb, it was extremely tiny scale to the point where it wouldn't do much more damage than, say, a regular nuclear bomb. I think that's all BS. Let's see. What else is going on in the news? I'm in Michigan. So the Flint water crisis. That's a bunch of bullshit. And I'm sick and tired of. See, our governor, Rick Snyder, knew there was lead in the water, and it was unsafe, and he covered it up. All right, I'm going to give you all a little rundown. That's my last name. That's the same last name as the governor. You don't know how many times I've been at a gas station this week, and someone looked at my shirt and said, "Oh, are you related to the governor? Or when's our water going to be safe to fucking drink?" No. If I was related to the governor, I wouldn't be scrounging for money and broke off my ass and rolling my own cigarettes. I have no relation to Rick Snyder, nor do I want any relation to him, but there's a layout there for what's going on in Michigan. We have the water crisis. People are dying, kids, because there's lead, and I think they even said mercury in the water. It's unsafe. And even if I was related to Rick Snyder, I wouldn't cover something like that up. That's not right. That's not right at all. And hold on just a minute. Now, I'm going to give you one main key point. If, you watch this and you pay attention to it, a lot of stuff I'm getting off a site called Reddit. For those of you that don't know, look it up. I regularly browse the news section. It's basically a forum. And they talk about all kinds of stuff, and I usually read the news section, comment, or what have you. And I'm going to give this layout for people that don't know. Here's how it works. You have the main branch, you have Reddit. Then you have what they call subreddits. Okay, so you go to reddit.com and you can choose. They have news, funny, cars. They have everything. They have all kinds of subreddits. Reddit is just the main site. When you go into Reddit, you can choose the different, forums. And you can subscribe to different ones. Walmart to close 269 stores. I'll be damned. Walmart's one of most of the billionaires out there are employees of Walmart, be it CEOs or managers or what have you. 269 closed stores across the globe, including 154 in the U.S. The world's largest retailer also will open as many as 406 stores globally. And all 16,000 employees will be impacted. And that's one thing I don't get about Walmart. Most of Walmart's employees are on welfare. Okay? Why? Why aren't you paying them a higher wage? Why? Walmart basically, their stance is when you start working for them and everything, they'll straight up tell you, because I've had friends that work for Walmart, they'll straight up tell you, food stamps, SNAP, shit like that. Why should I have to? Why aren't you paying me an acceptable wage? That's the question. This country's going to shit. It really is. Okay, let's see. What else do we got? The guy who played Snape, I'm trying to remember his name, he passed away a couple days ago at age 69. David Bowie passed away at 69. It seems whenever one celebrity dies, there's usually 2 or 3 that follow. Don't know why that is. It's been that way for a while. Usually a chain reaction, which isn't necessarily a good thing. Forgive me for just a second, I need to roll a cigarette. To all the people watching who are smoking actual cigarettes out of an actual goddamn pack, fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. This is basically what I'm working with. Is a tablet, not a very good one at that. I can't afford a laptop right now, and my apologies. If I could, I'd edit a bunch of stuff out. And I do little, headlines or captions or closing and opening, but I can't. I don't have, can't afford it right now. I can't afford anything right now, to be quite honest with you. Let's see what else we got. Alan Rickman. That's the guy who played Snape. Let's see. Chicago shootings up nearly 200% in 2016. What the fuck? Really? On average, one person has been shot every 3 hours in Chicago since January 1st. I don't get why people take lives of other people. What's the gain in that? You don't like someone? Move the fuck on. Seriously. I live in Detroit. And it's not as bad as people think. A lot of people I know, even in downtown Detroit, you piss them off, yeah, they'll want to fight and all that. But after about 4 or 5 hours, it's gone. They forget about it. Even, actual, I don't mean to be racist, but actual black Detroiters, it's you piss someone off, they want to fight you. You fight or you don't. You run away or you hide or whatever. They call you chicken shit and they move on. It's not. Oh, they. I don't get it. I truly don't get it. You know. Whatever. This world right now just seems like so much of a clusterfuck. It's not even funny. We have all this shit going on, and the U.S. Okay, granted, I agree we should help out other countries, but we should help ourselves out first. Okay, we got people here who are starving, who are homeless. We got to help our own people out first. You know, that's what I don't get about the Syria refugee crisis. Okay, as Americans, if our country was going through the same thing, we wouldn't try to flee. No, we would not try to flee at all. We would do something about it. Okay? ISIS is here. Oh, are we going to flee to Mexico? No. We go out and fight them on our own. That's what I don't get. If you have all these people from Syria who are pissed off and want to move because they don't like it, do something about it. Yes, it'll result in lives lost. It's resulting in lives lost now, even with everyone moving away. All right, but the number of refugees that are moving out, that's a big enough number. They should be able to do something. You know, it's laziness. And the thing that I don't get, most of these terrorists in our countries, they came over as Syria refugees. So they should be doing something about it. They shouldn't just be sitting back trying to find the easy way out. That's not life. You're never going to find the easy way out. Look at me. I make $50 a day at best. I'm not giving up and going to a homeless shelter. I'm not setting my hat down and saying I'm done. I'm not doing something to go into jail where I can get free food and everything. No, I'm working towards it. I'm not taking the easy way out. There is no easy way out in life. There isn't. That's just plain and simple. There isn't. There's never an easy way out. It looks like an easy way. It's not. You're just being lazy for thinking it is. You know? It's bullshit. But people do what they do. You know, you can't. As much as I feel this way, I can't persuade people. I mean, people are always going to do what they're going to do. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make him drink it. But on the same token, and I said in the episode 0 of the prequel, I support Trump. I think that, and I'm not racist, but due to everything that's going on, I think we should ban all Muslims from coming in. And not that there's bad Muslims, and it's not a permanent solution, and no, it's not like the Holocaust where we kill people because no one's going to die because of it. I think we should put a ban on it until everything gets sorted out. Because like I said, what if a terrorist comes in disguised as a refugee? We'll have another 9/11 all over again. You know, Obama's done such a grand job of fucking up this country. And that's just not my opinion. Look at the facts. Unemployment's up since he came into office. I'll have to find it somewhere and post it. But there was a whole thing like that. Like unemployment's up. Poverty's up. The amount of people that were in middle class at the start of his presidency is down. You know. So there's that. And then I have trouble with my words, but I'm trying to get it out easily. We should block them from coming into this country till we get everything sorted out, until we provide for our own. The same with Mexico. Building the wall of Mexico. You know, I have no problem with Mexicans or anything like that. They're wonderful. I have friends that are Mexican. Okay? But you know, illegally, all they're doing is coming in, taking from us, and sending money back to their family. You know, it doesn't work that way. Now, if you're a Mexican and you want to come here, you want to be a citizen, you want to get registered, and you want to start a life, good for you. You come here, and a lot of times with drugs, they'll come with drugs hidden. You want to come here with drugs, to ship drugs in, and then work under the table and send all your money back home. No, it doesn't work like that. You're taking now, I'm going to address another problem here in a second, but you're taking money away from us. And here's the other problem. I worked for a temp company. Their first letter starts with an L, then the second word starts with an R. I'm not going to name it. 8-hour days, you know, it's $50 a day. It's not much. In fact, I was doing construction cleanup for $50 a day, lifting, you know, 70, 80-pound buckets, breaking my back. Totally not worth it. But they respected me. Why? Because I came in 20 minutes early, and I showed up every day. And I was the first one to do that for a whole solid 2 months. Before me, they had all these people that would come in for a day and then leave. They didn't like it and they'd leave. You must not need money that bad. Bitch and complain. Oh, this is too hard. Oh, this or that. You must not need money. I'm struggling. But at least I'm making something. That's the whole problem with America is the mindset. And a lot of these people who came in, who just left, were big, buff black dudes. You know, I'm talking about people that could lift an 80-pound dining room table with one hand. Oh, I don't want to do this. Here I am, an 130-pound skinny white boy who's keeping at it. That's kind of sad, you know, but our whole viewpoint needs to change in America. Be glad you have a job. But at the same time, we need to make housing a little lower. We need to make everything a little bit lower. And granted, there's two ways we could go about it. Lower the prices on everything, or raise the wage. And I don't necessarily agree with raising minimum wage because it would affect the economy so bad. I think if we raise the prices of everything, even $1, even just $1, it would be a lot better than raising, you know, minimum wage. Because a lot of times, you know, they're raising minimum wage from $10 an hour to $15. You know, you start raising the minimum wage, then the prices of everything is going to start going up. I mean, realistically. We need to start lowering everything. It makes sense. You know. But same time, you know, everything's a struggle. Nothing's easy. You know, people nowadays, not just kids, even grown-ass people who were around, you know, 40 years ago, 30 years ago, have changed their whole fucking mindset. Okay? I know people who, you know, 30 years ago, oh, we worked our asses off, and nowadays they're lazy. They're expecting everything to be handed to them. You know, they're only 40, they're only 50. Granted, that's kind of old, but a lot of them I know can still work. They have the same amount of stamina and energy as me. And they have this lazy attitude. It's not how life works. Nothing's handed to you in life. You have to work for it. That's part of building, even on a small scale, even on a remotely small scale, a legacy. You work for it. You know, with the amount of money I make, and all I've been through, because I've lived through poverty all my life, I get, say, a TV. Okay, I get a brand new TV. In my mind, I worked for that. I'm going to keep that for years to come. I worked for that. A lot of these people, on welfare who've had shit given to them, oh, a TV. Oh, it broke. Oh, someone give me a new one. It don't work like that. It really doesn't work like that. Like, my phone, okay? I have a stupid Windows phone. I've had it for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. Okay? It sucks. I'll be typing a text message and the keyboard will just start typing random letters. It'll go on the fritz constantly. But at least I have one. Okay? At least I have one. I know a lot of people who have phones that are a lot better. That, I have this little crack in my screen's this big, I need a new one. Dude, I would kill to have your phone. Okay? It doesn't work that way. I'm sick and tired of people thinking it does. It just doesn't work that way. Just everything nowadays is totally different. All these fucking autonomous cars, we shouldn't have that. Okay? That's a prime example of laziness. That's going to put people out of a job. Taxi drivers, chauffeurs, limo drivers. It's ridiculous. You look at these assembly lines, they have robots assembling stuff. Now, granted, to a degree, that's great. We should have a couple. But they're talking about replacing whole assembly lines with robots. You're going to cut jobs. You're going to cut people's money. People think all this technology is great. No, it's not. It's going to end up putting you on the street. Especially because it's forming this lazy mindset, this lazy mentality. People are going to end up on the streets. We're going to have another depression. Doesn't work that way. It doesn't. And now that pot's becoming legal, and I don't mind that marijuana is legal. I think it should be legal. I shouldn't even think you should need medical. Okay? But everyone's different. Everyone's body is different. But for the majority, and I'm talking about because it happens to me, and a lot of my friends I know who smoke have the same mentality when they're high. You're lazy. Doesn't make you want to move. Doesn't make you want to do anything. Now, granted, I know a couple people it gives energy to. But for the most part, people smoke it, they're lazy. They slack off. We need to have more education about that. And there needs to be education in schools. And it doesn't need to be, you smoke pot, your mind's gonna warp, blah, blah, blah. No. It needs to be treated like alcohol. Okay. You get off work, you get everything done at home, you sit down, you smoke a joint. It's not you smoke while you're working and you totally fuck everything up and then you end up passing out. Now, granted, I know I'm going to get some flack for that, but I've done that. Okay? I'm speaking from experience. Like I said in the intro, I'm only 22 years old. Well, will be in a month. But I'm only 22 years old almost, and I've been through a lot of that shit. No. It's something you enjoy. Unless you're disabled, unless you have an actual disability where you need it to stop the pain. People who use it recreationally, it needs to be something that you enjoy after work. After you've worked your ass off. After you're relaxing. Okay? It's not something you smoke while you're working and then end up fucking everything up and you blame it on, I'm tired. No. It's not how it goes. It's not how any of this goes. Nowadays, everything's just totally shifting. People are becoming lazy, We're replacing people and things with robots. That doesn't help us. We're letting all the, oh, I feel sorry for these refugees. They come in. And then 12 months later, you're gonna turn around and you're gonna go, oh, my job at the supermarket was replaced by one of these refugees because they can do it cheaper, because they ask for a cheaper salary. Think about it. Now, granted, I read somewhere, I've read a couple different places because I looked into it. The cost of an iPhone. Okay, an iPhone is $600. You know what the price of an iPhone would be if it was built in America? A couple grand. You know, it's not good to outsource to other countries. But at the same time, what we need to do is we need to build factories over here. And a lot of the people, okay, I'm going to give you an example because I've worked in factories. They'll hire someone on an assembly line to do one thing. One thing. They have someone do something else and they bitch. So they've only hired people to do one thing. They should have it to where one person does two job functions. Instead of just screwing this in, they screw this in, they screw that in, then it goes down the line. Okay? But that's just a little bit of my opinion. That's not, we need to figure out, and it would take some thinking to do. It could be done, but for the most part, we need to move everything over here. We need made in America. You know, we need national support. Very few things are actually made in America nowadays. Very few. When they are, they're expensive. There needs to be some government program in place to where things that are made here get a subsidy, and not a major subsidy. I'm not talking billions upon trillions of dollars. No. I'm talking about just a small little subsidy to lower the price of it. There you go. More and more things will probably start to be made here. The only things that are really made in America are small, homemade things. You know, all these things being built on a major scale are for the most part built overseas. Not 100%. There are some that are built here. But for the most part, they're all overseas. And that's great. People over there need jobs too. But, you know, how do I explain it? Something developed in India, something made in India, something developed in India, something conceived in India, a product or whatever, should be made in India. Correct. But something conceived over here and all the planning over here should not be made in India. It should be made here. That's how it should be. And, you know, we're a long ways off from correcting any of this. We need someone, and I love Trump, don't get me wrong, Trump's great. But there's a few things that even he doesn't understand or can fix. And that goes for all the presidential candidates. That goes for most of us. That even goes for me. Is how to get all this straightened around. We're in one big clusterfuck right now. And it's only going to get worse if we don't do something about it. And that all goes back to the whole Syria thing. We should be helping our own people. The VA, the veterans, the support they get is a fucking joke. And not enough time for the backstory right now, but I was in a mental hospital, long story short, for an overdose, about 9 months ago. And one of the people in there was a veteran who was suffering from severe PTSD. VA didn't help him. He'd been going through the system for years. They just shipped him off to some mental home where they shut him off. That's it. We need better care than that. But all that is for another episode I see I'm coming up on the 30-minute mark, which is average length for a TV show. But irregardless, I digress. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you soon for episode 2. I'm going to post episode 0 and 1 back to back. I was thinking about posting episode 0, but I couldn't for the life of me find out how to turn the camera from front to back. You'll know what I'm talking about if you watch episode 0. Couldn't for the life of me find out how to switch it. I finally did. So we're good. But till the next episode, adios. Have a good life. And don't be lazy. Alright. If you need anything, comment. I'll post my email address in the description. I love ideas. I love talking with people. If you have Skype, email me, I'll give you my Skype. I love debating with people. That's what we're really meant for as humans, is to debate, to argue, and not on a violent scale. I mean, like an argument, like one has this viewpoint, one has the other. Everyone has their own viewpoint. So, message me, and I will see you all in the next episode, which maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I don't know. I'm going to try to pump them out at least 2 times a week. But, have a good life.